guys. Look like I'm a bat. I'm hanging upside down, but actually I'm not. I'm going to install some new feet on my PX-3 Yamaha. These are generally pretty roached when you get one out in the wild, and generally the feet just decompose basically, and all the rubber and all the reason why you have them in the first place goes away. So for the purposes of what we're going to do today, I'm going to remove the dust cover because I think it'll be a lot easier to take a look at everything like this. All right, the stock feet, what I'm going to do is I'm going to prop this up on one side as to not damage or disturb the mechanism. It's very, very sensitive. So the company is MKII Tech, and I researched these all over the internet, and I had a lot of trouble finding a good pair for years. I've had this turntable for, probably if I had to guess, probably 2 decades. And I finally came across some amazing ones, and these are them. This is what the bottom looks like. This is what the side looks like. Now, for the sake of all this, I was doing an unboxing, and I didn't realize that they had done such a good job to keep everything from being scratched. They had a lot of packing and stuff like that in there, and I took that off. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shut this off for a minute and get all these unwrapped, because you don't need to sit there and watch me unwrap these. All right, guys, I've got everything unwrapped now. So here's how we have to do this. This is a direct drive turntable, which means it doesn't have a belt. And you don't have any kind of adjustment in that way. The arm mechanism works on a pulley, and that runs right down here. It's flexible, and you can push on it a little bit. But here's what you have to do. You have to so as to not damage the internal damping system in this. You need to actually take the platter off. I suggest this with every kind of direct drive turntable, simply because it's imperative that you don't bother the spindle, the mechanism inside, all this kind of stuff. So what you generally do is they give you 2 little finger holes here, and you take it, you pull it straight up. Okay, we're going to sit that to the side. All right, so now, if there's anything in here, any debris, anything for over time, that's one thing. It's there is right here, this is a transport screw, which we're not transporting this today. But what we're going to do is we're going to put these feet on. The first thing we got to do is obviously, put this up on its side. And I don't want to put stress on the mechanism, so I'm putting it on the right side of the turntable. And then I'm going to slide it around on this side and do all the work that I need to do. All right, so these are not even stock feet. These are feet that I found years ago, and they're basically worthless. And I mean, when I say basically, I'm saying they really are worthless because they don't do anything to help dampening or anything else of that nature. They're just sitting there, and they're kind of more like decorations and stuff like that. So, all right, this is going to be a little bit harder than I thought. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed this up a little bit here. Let's take a break, and I'll get the rest, because these are just unscrewing. So hang on. All right, here I'm unscrewing the fourth foot that I told you is the decorative stuff that it really doesn't do any kind of damping. And well, like I was going on, I mean, it's so important to isolate your turntable. This is why I kind of jump the shit on people, because I see them talking about audiophile this and audiophile that, all the while they've got their system basically sitting on the turntable, sitting on a what do you call it, on a shelf that's got bookshelf speakers on it, which there's no way, you know, people sit there and say, oh no, it doesn't do any, I have not had any problems with it. They just don't know. They can't hear what they're missing. Okay, so what we're doing now is we're screwing on the new feet, and like I said, this is a 1-to-1, so I'm actually doing this right in front of you. I haven't done this before, so the installation process is actually pretty straightforward. That's why I guess they didn't give me any instructions. But that's not to say the company's not responsive. I started talking to it. It's a small family-owned company, and I started talking to, I believe it was a female, I'm not sure, but anyway, I'm gonna, just for shits and giggles, call her a female. She was really sweet. She was very helpful about the product and all this stuff, because I actually had not pulled the trigger on this this set for a while. I had it sitting in my favorites, and I was waiting a little while to get to get them, because they're a little pricey. But at the same time, if you look at what like Mobile Fidelity's charging for feet, it's these are less, and I could tell by looking at them and by feeling them that these are going to do far more than those little nibs that they're doing at Mobile Fidelity. All right, come on. All right, hang on a second. I need a finger. So by the beauty of YouTube, I fast forwarded and I've got 3 of the 4 on the turntable, and now we're getting the last one tightened up, and the next shot I'm going to show you is what it looks like sitting on the table here, and then we'll move it over back to its original position. And I wish I can do that right now while we're sitting here, so I can see. Oh my goodness, what a difference. I mean, I'm going to show you guys what a difference it is and how isolated this is, because it's impressive. It's very impressive because it kind of gives on each side. So if it's on an uneven surface, it'll be straight. So, all right, so let's put the turntable platter back on, which is very simple. What you do, get the finger holes again, put it straight down on the spindle. So you got to make sure that you're right there, even on the spindle, and then seat it, which is that little bit of push that I just did there. All right, now put the platter back on, or the mat back on. And what we're gonna do now is put it back over where it was before. I'll probably try to dig up some images of what this looked like before and what this looks like now, because it's quite a huge difference. Check out the feet, how much bigger they are in diameter and how low the noise floor is. It's probably dropped 15 dB at least.
It was a wide, wide web spinning around my head till I was choking. You just laughed at the joke. You thought it was a joke, but I wasn't joking. Around my neck, the noose was tightened. I was home alone and I was cold and frightened. Here I was.
So there it is, guys. If I can show you this a little bit better. Lower this down a little bit. See it a little bit lower. See, these are beautiful. They're functional. And like I said, I mean, it's quite a change from what I had before. To show you, that's what was on it before. Look at the size difference. And you'll see right away why one dampens and one doesn't. And the internal, there's nothing internal. It's metal on metal. It's all metal. And so it doesn't provide any dampening like these do. They have rubber all the way up into the connection point, which is really impressive. It's very well engineered, and I would highly suggest these. I never got them free. I'm not sponsored by them at all. So I just wanted to show you and let you see what I saw when I first got them and put them together. So anyway, that's my video, guys. We'll talk soon, okay? All right, guys, there's one more thing I wanted to show you, and this is one of my latest acquisitions. It's an SL 1610 Mark II. I had before a Technics 1600 MKII. This is the black version of that, and they're very rare to ever see. I have looked everywhere for even finding a SL 1600 MKII is very difficult because most people who have them are not going to get rid of them. It's the single greatest turntable, I think, that's ever been built for the consumer market. I was turned on to it back in 1987 when my best friend had gotten one. And it has all these amazing features, including its infrared. Just like, watch this. This is very special right here. If you watch, it knows, because of this post here, it shoots across a beam into these right here, and it automatically selects the size and the speed of your record. But if you push the button, it recognizes, see how it electronically breaks? It knows there's nothing on the platter right there. So it won't go, no matter how many times you push it or whatever, it won't move. So anyway, you go here to 45 or this to 33, but it's a fully automatic turntable. And one of the interesting features about it is, because of that infrared, I can't wait to see what actually happens when I put a transparent LP on there. Let's hang on a second. Pay attention. I just put a record on, and pay attention to this area right here. You'll see how smooth operation everything is here, and it runs on a different pulley or belt than the turntable itself, which makes it far more accurate in the long run. But watch what happens and how smooth everything acts. One button push, goes over, sets down beautifully on top of the record. And to stop it, I'll show you this. This is so you can actually look. It shoots a beam across the record surface, so you can actually line tracks up. And it retracts, looks like that. It's got a repeat function right there. You can speed up or slow down your speed adjustments right here. For your pitch And like I said, it's fully automatic, so you can do this. And it stops. And it electronically brakes also, if you notice that. Watch it one more time. Let's see how, as soon as it stops the rotation. There's braking involved in it. Right there. And it brakes all the way down to 1/4 of a turn. It's a really beautiful turntable. It's really incredible to find one in this kind of condition. Even the bumpers that are on the bottom here on the dust cover are still functional and still work great. It's pretty amazing, like I said, to find one in this kind of condition. And I'll show you next time I get it hooked up to my turntable, to my system over here. Anyway, that's the end of my video. So I hope you guys appreciated all that. It's Matt, Prime Analog Records, signing off. I'll talk to you guys very soon. All my best.